Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here, and I've possibly got the most expensive stepometer on the planet. Welcome to the Friday Night Rant. So, lots to talk about this week. There's been E3, Duke Nukem's came, I went to a gaming competition, I've got other goodies to do, so I've got a lot to talk about, and I'll try and cram it into my 15-minute window. So, before we go any further, this week we are sponsored by vodka and coke. Very basic this week, simply because I'm skint, so I have to make do. To you, car boot gamer, I know you like your vodkas. So, the 3DS turned up yesterday. So, here she is, we've gone with the blue. In fact, oh, you can see the camera in there, but look. Zelda. So yes, we didn't have Zelda yesterday. I had to just make do with what's already on there and just play with it. And I'm quite impressed by the 3D. I still stand by what I say, it never comes right out of the screen at you, but it does have that layer as it just kind of like, I saw some pencils moving around and like, they kind of pop out the screen, and I'm happy with it though. That's the thing, because the depth on it is amazing. I took a photo of the cat last night, and when you take a photo, you can increase the 3D, not just by putting the slider up and down, but if you move your analog stick, you can actually see the pictures go really far apart, and I did it maximum, and then tried to train my eyes to try and piece them together. And it was really difficult, but that was my own fault. I really did ramp it up. So what I did is I sat back and I kind of looked at an object far away and then put the 3DS in between. So I wasn't looking at 3DS, I was kind of looking through it, and that helped my eyes kind of train it. And then when my eyes did get the image together, it looked 10 times better than I would have expected. So I am absolutely chuffed for this little device. Obviously I've got it because Joe's a massive Nintendo fan, but if it weren't for that, I don't know if I'd get one of these, simply because I've been playing on the DS XL and I am loving it. I'm still playing Zelda Phantom Hourglass, and I just can't put it down. Every time I'm not gaming or I'm away from the laptop, I'm on this, and I think this would keep me I wouldn't need to buy a 3DS. I would wait until the price drops or they stop supporting this and stop bringing games out, and I would be forced onto it. I would always stick with this. But no, it's here now, I'm having fun, and Zelda is good, but I tell you now, it's given me a problem. Every time I pick up my ass keys, so yeah, Zelda is, I've got Zelda on the brain now, so I'm looking forward to actually playing Zelda on this. But the first thing I want to talk about is Zelda's turned up, and we ordered it from Game, because if you order it from Game, you get a special pre-order bonus, which consists of, I think, a tin and some posters, and it's a different cover. And this came today, just the basic edition. So Joe phoned up, kicked off a little bit down the phone, and the bloke was like, oh, yep, I can see you've ordered the pre-order, so you should actually be getting all these goodies. Leave it with me, I'll phone you back. And he did phone back, which was surprising. And he says that what he's going to do is send the extras out in the post, but also says to her, looking at it, it's affected a lot of people. So I think Joe might have been the first person to moan this morning. Then when he looked at it, he went, oh, it is an issue. And we've just got a text message from Game now, which is obviously just one of them stupid generic mass ones they've sent out, simply saying, hope you're enjoying your Zelda. Your pre-order goodies have been dispatched and will be here quicker than you can say something Zelda related. So they've obviously realised they've fucked something up really bad and tried to fix it with a nice text message. The other thing that Joe was worried about is the actual pre-order comes with a different cover, but apparently they ship that out separate, and that was how it was intended to be in the first place. There was always going to give you this game and give you a load of goodies after, which is a result really, because that means we get to keep this case, and then all we have to do is just transfer the game into the new case. So that means we get to keep the plastic case, which is always a result. You never know when you're going to smash one of these. So that's good, but bad on Game, because they didn't even know the error of the ways until someone phoned up and they've gone, oh crap, and tried to rectify it. So don't shop at Game. Simple. We only did it because they had an incentive to buy something from them. I ain't going back with them again. So the big thing on everyone's lips really is what they've been messaging me all week is Duke Nukem good. And I've played an hour and a half because I've just been so busy this week. Played an hour and a half. The game so far is really good. It's harder than I thought. I've put it on medium setting, which is come get some, I think. And I went straight out. I was like, right, this is going to be awesome. And the actual game is full of so many wicked one-liners that Duke Nukem's all about, and I was like, you know what, this is going to be brilliant. And then I just got my arse handed to me. It's like so difficult than I expected. I thought I was just going to run in all guns blazing. So I was like, that's fine, I don't mind dying. But there's a massive problem with the game, and that's the loading times. When you're loading from level to level, that's fine, do you know what I mean? It can take 5 minutes for all I care, because I'll go make a cup of tea and sit down. But when I'm in that game and I die, I just want to be, not respawn, do you know what I mean? I just want to load up to the last checkpoint and off I go. Whereas this takes 45 seconds every time you die, because I did time it. So I kind of came from the checkpoint, a pig cop smacked me, I died, 45 seconds, spawned again, he hit me, 45 seconds. And I can't understand why, because you're not loading new maps. I'm still in that same map, I'm dying in that same room. So all it's got to do is just reset the enemies and put them back into the starting positions, and then it can attack me again. So why does that take 45 seconds? It's just a joke, and it makes you want to play the game on a lower setting so you don't die as much, but then it won't be as fun. So it kind of is annoying with that, but now I've got a bit further into the game, I've kind of understand how I need to play it, and I've got better at it now, so I'm not spending so much time at the loading screens. But that is a massive problem with it. If you are a first person shooter fan and you're like, shall I buy it? Probably not, because if a first person shooter jumps straight into Duke Nukem not knowing anything about Duke Nukem, you won't enjoy it. Only the Duke Nukem fans I think will, because it is classic Duke. There's a few other things I can go into, but I'll do that later, because I'm going to do a full review as such about it. But this is a rant, so we're going to go to what I need to rant about. Right, so what the issue is, when I first pre-ordered this, I got a photo on the internet showing me what the goodies are going to consist of. And as you can see there, that's what it looks like. And the busk of Duke Nukem looks pretty big. And if you notice, the Duke Nukem his base is as wide as this certificate. So that gives you an idea how big it is. And when it turned up, it was this big. And here's the certificate. Now if you match the base with that, it's half of the size. So that, you can fit 2 Duke Nukems in that size. And again, if you look at that, Duke is actually probably a bit bigger than the width of that. So, that was a clever little Photoshop, which is very naughty. I'm not bothered that Duke Nukem's small. If they would have told it me, I would have still brought it, because I want this game and I want this collector's edition. I think for £64, the amount of goodies you get in this is for good value. But I don't like how they used us. That is dirty as f***. I'm just so angry that they pulled that trick on us. Like I say, size doesn't matter. It doesn't. But when you lie to somebody, it does. So yes, if you are planning to get it, expect Tiny Duke. So the big thing on everyone's lips at the moment, mainly my lips, is the Wii U and how this is going to pan out. I was originally angry by the name. Still don't think it's a great choice. People have argued the toss with me. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about it's not getting changed, so what is in store for us as Wii U, hopefully, owners. So, a couple of things that have made me start to think. And the first thing is, obviously, when the Wii came out, so did the motion controllers, and then a few years down the line, the copycats came out, Microsoft and Sony. So they have obviously tried to do their version of it to try and get a bit of the pie. That's fine. I've not cashed into it, I've not got a Kinect, and I don't think I will. I'm not too sure yet, I don't think I will. But the problem is now, with the Wii U coming out and it's having touchscreens, and this is the universal sign for touchscreen, does this mean Microsoft and Sony are also going to try and get a piece of that pie? Because they have probably got a few years, probably a bit more actually, lifespan of the current consoles. So they're pushing the motion controllers at the moment, they're not doing awesome. So are they going to be coming down the touchscreen route and bring us some more peripherals that we don't need? So I think we could be looking at the next E3, they all jump on the bandwagon again, which is, if they do, it's a shame. Why do they need to just look at what Nintendo's doing and then just copy it, but just revamp it and twist it in a Microsoft or Sony way? So I think we can see that happening. So the first good news for the Wii U is the developers are obviously starting to work on it now to create the games, and they've simply said that it's twice as powerful than the 360. and also the PlayStation 3. So that's the result. It's really got a kick to this console, so that's one positive for it. The silly things which have been coming out at the moment is, one says that you can obviously use your pad as a screen when somebody else is watching the TV. That's a good idea. But they're saying that you might not be able to leave the room with it. The wireless on it is not necessarily going to be that strong. Now there's mixed rumours coming out about this. I've not heard much to back it up to say you can actually leave the room. A lot of it's pointing at saying no, you won't be able to like go to the toilet with it or something like that. So that's a bit of a downer really for it. The other thing which I think is really, really weird, and there is two stories. The one I read was simply saying that somebody from Nintendo, official body, says that the Wii U will support one Wii U controller. Even if you brought a second one, you're not going to be able to use it. I don't even know if they're going to sell the second ones. They must do in case you break it, but it's not going to be supported. It will only work with one. Then you have to use the Wii remotes, which to me is going to be a right ball ache if you're a parent, because the fact is, if you've got two kids, one's going to get the better controller, and you can't turn to the other one and say, just use the Wii remote, because that's like having the Wii and only one Wii remote and saying to the other kid, just use the GameCube controller. They'll be like, you're kidding? So that's a bit of an issue. Somebody sent me a message and says, oh no, I've read that it is supported for two, but then a lot of things are saying that it isn't. So, and the thing is, one person from Nintendo said it supports one, and then another person from Nintendo supports two. So it sounds like Nintendo don't even know fully what the product's doing. So I think more than anything, what we'll have to do is just wait a year or so until it gets closer, and then obviously the Nintendo will actually give us a proper, detailed explanation of what we're actually going to be buying if we do get one. So I'm excited for it, because it's a console, it's a new console, and I'm always going to be excited for something like that. But there's a few things like that just made me go, ooh, that's a bit bad. A lot of the time I don't talk about Sony, just because I don't own any Sony products. But the Vita, which I've never been bothered about simply because I've not been a handheld fan, but after this is started to change my life, I kind of am now, and I'm enjoying handheld gaming. So Vita is making me go, I might get a bit that. And then this trailer came out. It's using the Vision engine, which I think's been designed just for the Vita. I'm not 100% sure. First of all, the link is down below. Definitely check it out. And when you look at it, it's so good. Like that kind of game, even though it don't explain what the game is, it just gives you a demo of how it looks. But I could see myself being submerged into that kind of world. I'm like, you know what, that is pretty damn cool. So I don't think I would get one just because I can't afford to be able to buy multiple consoles and handhelds and be able to fuel my retro passion. But it could be there. There may be a chance that I actually do get one because I am becoming more interested in it. So again, I'll see after a few months what else comes out in the news about it. I've had to stop and start this video a few times, so I don't know how much I've actually talked about. Probably edit it together and found out I've only done 2 minutes, but nonetheless, I'm going to wrap it up. And all I want to say is one thing that I hate, and that is Martin from the Game Link. And I also hate Marcus, Xfile2708, because between them two, they've planted a seed in my head, and it's called a Neo Geo seed. And it's starting to grow out my face, and now I'm going to have to spend a lot of money to prune the tree back. Okay, that was a bit harsh then. I don't hate them guys, I actually love them guys, but yes, they've been talking about Neo Geo quite a lot. I have to go into Martin's game shop. I was playing on a arcade cabinet and it just made me go, oh, this is awesome. And also Marcus has got a MVS cabinet and I've been looking at photos of it on Facebook and I'm like, you know, oh, I need one. And I wanted to get a Neo Geo AES and I thought, no, I've changed my mind now and I'm going to actually build a cabinet. So I've been looking on the internet at the plans for the cabinet. I've got myself an instruction manual for building an MVS downstairs. I've been looking on eBay and I've got to learn how to be able to wire up all my jammer cables and stuff like that, and it's going to be a big project. It's going to be an expensive project. I could have done with not even thinking about this project and just let that go for another few years, then attempting it. But no, that seed's well and truly in my head now, and I'm going to have to start doing it. So I'm going to start putting money away as of next month and start buying the materials and the hardware and the cabling and everything that I need to try and make a gaming cab. I don't know where it's going to sit. I would like to put it in the loft because eventually all this is going to get shifted up into the loft. But if I get it in the loft, will I be able to ever get it back out if I ever move? So that's the problem. I don't know ways to do it. So I think it's going to have to sit in the back bedroom. I don't know yet. So that's kind of question where the game room is going to be. There's lots of things all flying around in my head now, all thanks to this bloody Neo Geo, but I've got to get my hands on one of them. They're just so damn beautiful. And that brings us to the question of the week, which is, if you could go drinking with any computer game character, who would that be and why? I think I'd have to go drinking with Duke Nukem. Just because we've been playing it all week, he's such a kick-ass guy, and I'll just sit there waiting for him to speak and just say something cool. So if you could have a drink with any computer game character, who and why? Thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers. Bye.